Many American Jews sharply disapprove of Israel's conduct in the war in Gaza. The latest Washington Post poll of American Jews finds that 61% say Israel has committed war crimes against Palestinians, and nearly 40% say the country is guilty of genocide against the Palestinians. American Jews are particularly unhappy with the current Israeli government. 68% give Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's leadership negative marks, with 48% calling it poor, a 20-point increase from 5 years ago.
You know, David Drucker, so often you will have people on the right, you'll have Republicans saying, oh, those Democrats, they're anti-Semitic, or you'll have people on both sides. They've always said that. If you're against Israel's policies, means you must be anti-Semitic. Well, in this case, I mean, the numbers are just staggering. 61% of American Jews think that Netanyahu's government has committed war crimes in Gaza. Almost 40% believe they have committed genocide. And as we've been saying on this show for a very long time, I fear, as a longtime supporter of Israel, that the Netanyahu government, for whatever gains they make, are causing irreparable political harm here in the United States, among the one country that has been a steadfast defender of Israel since 1948.
Yeah, it's been a real challenge, I think, for Benjamin Netanyahu, and I don't know that he's fully cognizant of it. I've talked to some people in Israel, and some people feel he's aware, and some people feel that there's just a lot of tunnel vision going on. On the one hand, I don't think this deal would be in the offing without all of the risks that paid off that the Netanyahu government took in going after Israel's enemies, including Iran. On the other hand, there has just been growing dissatisfaction in the United States politically among voters here with how the Netanyahu government has conducted its military affairs. I've talked to Democratic operatives who care about Israel and U.S. support for Israel, who blame this on Netanyahu himself. They go back to Netanyahu's address to Congress during the Obama administration. President Obama, very notably, did not invite Netanyahu to give that speech. Congressional Republicans did, because they were trying to defeat the Iran deal, discouraged President Obama from signing the JCPOA. And that was the first time an Israeli prime minister had really become a negative figure in the eyes of Democrats. Then we see, over the past 5, 6, 7 years, a real change on the American right, where you just have much less support for military involvement overseas and U.S. global leadership abroad. And instead of that just being limited to events like the war in Ukraine that Russia caused unprovoked, instead of that being limited to how we handle China and its designs on Taiwan, that has now bled into American military and diplomatic support for Israel. All of this is to say is that it's not surprising to me that we would see a poll like this, particularly when Jewish voters generally have always been center-left, have always voted for Democratic candidates at every level. And that means that I think the Israeli government and supporters of Israel have to be more cognizant of how the government's actions are being received here. Because when you look at the diminishing support for Israel among other Western nations, the U.S. really is sort of the last line of support, and they can't afford to take it for granted.
You know, there's so many misconceptions in American politics about Jewish voters. I mean, it's running up to the election last time. The Democrats are constantly thinking that Republicans are about to seize the majority of Jewish voters because I guess Donald Trump says so. It's 70%. It's 70%, 75%, 80% every 4 years. I mean, every 4 years, it's constant. But David Ignatius, these numbers are not constant. I mean, I was shocked to see that over 60% of Jewish Americans believe Benjamin Netanyahu and his government has committed war crimes. Israel has committed war crimes. Jewish Americans coming to that conclusion. It's staggering. And again, the long-term implications for now, this group on the left, there are people on the left and on the right now who are hostile to American support of Israel. That has grown. It is no longer the extremists on both sides. That is starting to move toward the center. I mean, the long-term implications for Israel and support for Israel in the United States, if, like me, you're a supporter of Israel, that's pretty devastating.
So these numbers are stunning, as you say. I can't help but think of the way in which Netanyahu, as he was pushing Democrats, began to call more and more on support from Republicans. The moment where he defied Obama and made the address to Congress with Republican support was a very partisan move, something that went against Israel's enormous success in speaking to all Americans across all different parties. That was the center of U.S. support for Israel for a generation. And Netanyahu went right at that. And so it's part of what we're seeing. Also, I think watching wars on television, as we've watched, scenes of the bombing of Gaza, is just enormously painful for people. I remember that during 1982 in the Israeli invasion of Lebanon, where people watched on TV a war I was covering in the midst of, and their impressions back home, the anger, the disappointment, was palpable. And that's part of what's happened as American Jews, and the whole world has watched this war. However justified it may be to go after Hamas after October 7, the images just piled up day after day. And it is extraordinary, Joe, as you said, 61% of American Jews saying they think war crimes were committed. I thought I'd never see a number like that.
Yeah, I thought I never would either. And I think what's so damning is the fact that, yes, after the heinous terrorist attacks by Hamas against Israel, against raping Israeli women and burning Israeli grandmothers, and you just go down the list of the heinous things that they did, killing children in front of parents, killing parents in front of children.
Yeah.
The whole world came to their side. What's been so devastating for the cause of Israel over the past year and a half is you have had Israeli military leaders and Israeli intelligence officers telling Netanyahu and his government, there's no more reason to fight a war in Gaza right now. We've achieved our military operations. You need to stop because it's just causing additional suffering and hurting Israel, hurting the cause of Israel. Netanyahu, according to the New York Times and a lot of other people who know him, he is committed to a forever war because that's what's in his political interest.
That's the worry.
And that is what has cost the nation of Israel right now.
We have a lot to